Michaela's here in her Sypha outfit to bring you Lights Out, Castlevania Edition. Yeah, did you know that there was a modifier going on? Because I didn't know there was a modifier going on. You know what? I'm gonna actually put this there for now. Let's stay a little stealthy. Hopefully. Yeah, so for those who either played the original Lights Out or saw my previous video, you might notice a couple differences going on. But, you know, before I talk about the differences, I'd rather actually talk about the similarities, because it's pretty much the same, just with some changes. So what's the same? Well, first of all, it's dark AF. You can't see shit. Neither can the killer. Oh, they just pulled someone off, for instance. So yeah, Survivor can't see anything. Killer can't see anything. It's real dark. And just like the first Lights Out, it's a very more hide-and-seek type mode, or at least it lends itself to it, because survivors don't leave any scratch marks, killers don't leave, or don't have any, what's the, terror radius. I couldn't think of the word there for a minute. You know, all killers are stealth killers now. Like, if you're in chase, you'll still get chase music, but, you know, they'll come right up onto you before you hear stuff. Oh, do I need to really get... Like, that's the complete opposite corner from me. I hope the other Yunjin is going for that, because, like, this gen's almost... I don't know, I guess I go for it after this gen. Anyway, what else is the same? No loadouts. You know, I have no perks, no items, no add-ons, no offerings. I actually forget if you could have items in the first Lights Out, but you can't have them here, so it's either the same or very similar that, you know, you get nothing. What else? Oh, so another thing is that there's no, like, HUD. You don't get any information. Oh, someone somehow got her when I was getting chased. Ow. Well, let's lead away from where we know they are. So we'll just go this way. Yeah. No indication of what's going on. So, like, I don't know, is that Yunjin... Yeah, that Yunjin was... Oh, yeah, sure, I'll heal. Was she working? Now she's healing, but, you know, we don't know what they're doing. We don't know what Claudette's doing right now. Is she working on something? Breaking a totem? Opening a chest? Just hiding? Like, we don't know. It's a secret, and more annoyingly... Well, so there's also no progress on, like, for instance here. If you touch this, I'll go get the rescue, but... You don't get to see how much, like, work is being done on the gen. Now, of course, gens, you can... Oh, hi. Again. You can kind of tell because, you know, which pistons are moving, how fast each piston is moving. You can sort of tell, but, like, healing? That is rough. Actually, picking people off the ground when they've been slugged, that is rough. Because you have no idea how much they've done beforehand. You have no idea how much you have left to do. It's... Yeah. Lights are out. You don't know. What else? Is there anything else that's the same? Just straight up the same? Yes. So all gens start with 5%. You probably noticed that when I went to that first gen I was working on. Just because, like, obviously if the gens didn't start with any progress, the killer could just go around to each gen, listen to see, oh, this has work on it, the survivors are here. So all the gens start with 5% progress, just to make it a little more confusing at the beginning for the killer. Helps the survivors find stuff. And what I'm not sure if this is the same or not, but when we're talking about gens, you also repair 20% faster. I don't know if that's new in this mode or if it's always been like that, but we're talking about... Oh, you scared me. Gens, so there's that. Now, what are things that might be the same, but I frankly don't remember? Well, the gen repair speed, as I said. But beyond that, it's harder to hear people. Both the killer and survivor side. Sounds are more muffled, like in the dark area. I don't remember if that was a thing before or not. The anti-camp distance is double. Was anti-camp even a thing back then? Hi, I guess we're looking for... Okay, well, here. You know what? I'm not going to talk about this yet, but I do need to see where we're going. This way. All right, the middle one. Sheesh. Ooh, what I can do, though... Whatever. We'll do it. Hi. Yeah, so, like... Stunned ya. You know, he was right up on our ass, and we could not hear him. You can't hide from me. No, but I can try. It's pretty dark out here. What are we talking about? Oh, things that might be the same, might be different. Yeah, so anti-camp distance is doubled. If anti-camp was a thing, I don't remember when the first lights out was. Was anti-camp a thing back then? Because if it was, that's probably the same. But if it wasn't, then obviously that's new. And finally, I do not remember if this is the case or not, but when you are unhooked, like hopefully we'll be about to be soon, your endurance lasts for 60 seconds. Just to sort of help prevent the, yeah, sure. You want to heal here? Great. Just to help prevent tunneling, because, spoiler alert, tunneling is still really bad in this mode. But we'll get to that and why when that's the case. Your endurance after a hook lasts 60 seconds, so that's kind of nice. Finally, what is different? Well, the big thing I'm sure you've noticed by now, like when we started the match, as we've been playing, the biggest difference is there are bats everywhere. Look, there's little red bat eyes looking at you from the distance. There's bats flying overhead. Oh, that wasn't the first thing you noticed. Well, it should have been, because that's the most important difference. But okay, besides there's, you know, fun little Castlevania bat stuff. The biggest difference is obviously the candelabras. Now, the candelabras kind of do a lot. I actually like what they do for the game mode. And I guess the biggest thing you'll see when I do killer mode, but as survivor, they're not as bright as you might think to the killer. Now, the killer will see the aura of it, like, even if they can't see the survivor, they'll see like a glow, but they're still hindered by the lights out modes. Like, Chucky can't be across the map and see me holding a candelabra. Like, they have to be kind of close to see the glow. But it does, like, sort of give away your position. But if you're just wondering, like, why would you do anything with them? Like, you're gonna stick out like a sore thumb. Not as bad as you'd think. You'll see in a bit. But what do they do? Why do you want them? Well, actually, if I can find one, I'll go over all the stuff they do. Well, not only did I not find a candelabra, but Chucky found me, which sort of puts a damper on by explaining what's going on. Well, that previous match kind of fell apart really quickly after I got hooked. So, let's talk about candelabras now, shall we? Especially we start with one, that helps. Obviously, the most important thing about candelabras is you can see all the bats above you. Clearly the most important thing they do. No one has loaded in but me? Okay. You know what? I'm gonna go this way. We'll leave them to what they're doing. Anyways, what's interesting, so first of all, obviously it's a trade-off. You can see a little bit more. You know, there's the dark. There's the light. You see a little bit more, but the killer sees you a little bit more. But you can do a few things with them. First of all, if you use it like this, you'll notice that Jen is highlighted. I'm gonna just leave it down here for now. So what it does is when you use the thing, it will show you the aura of the closest undone Jen. So that's kind of nice that, you know, it's like, yes, you can be seen more easily, but in return, you can, you know, besides seeing a little bit more, you can see where the gens are, so you don't have to be as lost. But that's not all they do. Oh no, they're a lot more cool than that. In fact, I'll use it right now because it will work. Look over at those profiles of our friends. What are they doing? Now you know. So when you use the candelabra like that, you can see what your survivor friends are doing. Now it's only when you're actively using it and making it. I did see something there. I saw a glow. I was like, did I see something? And then I wasn't sure, and I'm like, oh, it's a wraith. Got it. But yeah. So you see a Jen, you see... I was wondering, it was like, is he just not gonna hit me or whatever? Let's pre-drop. No. 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 There you go, buddy. You can bust it if you want, but you don't get this for free. No, he's gonna... Oh, I'm at a wall. Blah. Oh, let's keep going this way so we don't draw it to that attention, which... You'll get to that. I mean, you can see these gens are under highlight. That's also a thing about candelabras, which we'll get to. I think we lost him. I think we lost him. Good job, us. We're amazing. Okay, so, for instance... Okay, so there you can see what they do. When you put a candelabra on top of a gen like this, it will highlight the gen within 32 meters to other survivors. So, like, not only can you, if you use one, can you see something that's, you know, the closest unfinished one, but you can also see where at least survivors have been. You know, it doesn't necessarily mean they're on it right now, but if you see the gen highlighted, it means a survivor put a candelabra upon it. And you know what? I'm gonna go get this while they're working. And we'll leave that there just so we can be a little bit stealthier in our unhook. So yeah, it's kind of cool. Like, you can see, like, you know if you're being chased to avoid there. If you're confused, like, oh, I want to find my survivor friends, you could try looking there. Like, it's not guaranteed. There'll be someone there. Plus, it's just useful because, like, you know, you can give a... if someone else is like, oh, where's the gens, and they don't have a candelabra like me right now, like, if I was like, oh, I don't know where the gens are, where should I look? You know, if someone had a candelabra on it, we'd be able to see. So that's another thing they're good for. But that is also not all. When you put a candelabra on top of a gen, kind of like we're about to do here. Uh-oh. Why does he wait so long to hit? I don't know what's going on. Well, okay, we're not going to put it on the gen, but Rebecca can. Hi. I don't think you want to go that way, Ace. Just heads up. We lose Chase? Like, for real? Or is he just... Alright, well, while we're opening this gate, he's jiggling his candlestick over there. Oh, look at that. We have, like, an honor guard here. And now he's shoving it up Sypha's ass. Whatever. That's fine. And he misses, and we are out. Anyways, what I was trying to say before, and I kept getting interrupted by Wraith, if you put a candelabra on top of a gen and finish the gen, while the candelabra is on top of it, the auras of the generators are hidden to the killer for 15 seconds, so long as the candelabra stays there. If you take it back off, that effect goes away. To counter this, the killers can break candelabras that are on gens. That's all I was gonna say. Hooray. And I think that about does it for what the differences are. Oh, well, while we watch Rebecca. Oh, she's there. Okay, never mind. We don't have time to talk about it. The other thing is that supposedly there's like 11 chests on the map with like more loot and higher rarity loot and stuff like that. But, you know, 9 times out of 10, you're just going to get another candelabra in the chest. Like, yes, you can find like a purple toolbox. I did it once, but as I said, you mainly just find more candelabras. Well, of course, if I'm showing the Castlevania lights out, I'm gonna play as Dracula, like, duh. Anyways, here, I hope I can show you, you know, a few things from the killer's perspective, as well as, you know, kind of get my thoughts on Lights Out. Now, I guess while I'm still looking for people, Lights Out, this version is better than the original. Before I get into all the problems with it, like, I like the addition of the candelabra. It adds a, I don't know, like, some strategy to the game. Did I just see someone? Not sure if I saw someone or what, but don't see anyone now. But yeah, it adds some strategy because, like, you can give up, you know, part of your stealth in return to get, like, knowledge or, you know, to prevent the killer from getting some knowledge. So it's like, it's a cool, you know, strategy. It's cool, like, you know, nice little trade-off. Huh, someone was here. Where are you all? Well, there's someone. Ooh, actually, this is great. I wanted to show you what it looks like when you're chasing someone with a candle. So, obviously, when you're right up on them, yeah, it's pretty damn bright. But, like, once they're far ahead, if we are, you know, this is not a great map to show it on, because it's going that way. Oh. Here we go. There you go. So, like, you can kind of see in the well... Wait. Or there's 2 of them just standing here. But, you know, point still stands. I'll hit him down. You can watch her run away. And she goes away. Or she's gonna stay here. What are you guys doing? I mean, you saw it some, right? I'm like shrugging my hands so if you can see me do that. You know, you saw her running far away. It's like you could see where her light was, but it's not like super bright. Like, you know, you can't see someone way down at the end of the hallway like that. So that's what it looks like, chasing someone with a candle. I don't know what these survivors were doing while I was chasing with a candle, but whatever. You got a good enough view. What was I talking about? Oh, right, lights out. So yeah, I like the addition of the candelabra. It adds some strategy, you know, some give and take. Be like, well, I want to, you know, gain information, but in return, I'm going to get seen a little bit more. And that's cool. The problem is, well, it still lights out. And the problem with that is that it really kind of encourages tunneling. Now, like, first of all, tunneling's already a problem. Like, it's funny at the time I'm recording this. It's just... yeah, that's alright. You know, just made a video about how to fix tunneling in DBD just in general, some of the worst types of tunneling. So, you know, apropos that I'm recording this one. But, you know, it's worse in Lights Out. First of all, because, of course, you don't have any perks. So you have nothing that normally can deal with that stuff. You don't have Decisive, you don't have Off the Record, you don't have Sprint Burst to get away. You know, it's just, you have nothing. So if someone's like, I want to kill that person, what are you gonna do about it? Second, though, the game kind of, like, or this mode, I should say, encourages it. Like, beyond just the, like, yeah, obviously it's easier if you kill someone in your, you know, 3v1. Because, like, what information do we have? Yeah, we could go around to this whole thing checking every gen individually. That's one option. If a gen pops, that's another option. Hello? Oh, there you are. I found you. You go around this way. You did. You know, gonna do that. By the by, wolf mode is just sort of like made for Lights Out, because you get sent and look how bright the blood is on the ground. It's like, it's so like easy to chase people as a wolf. Like, I can't see anything until I'm a wolf, and then you drop scent orbs and I can see exactly where your blood went. At least in a map without grass. I guess maps with like the like, if you're a Yamaoka, that could be a problem, but you go here. I'm going back to talking about my other stuff. Did they not get her?
Don't even try to escape.
They didn't. And she just let herself go on hook. Well, what are you gonna do? I can't show anything about that. You're just working. All right. I'm trying to explain why tunneling's bad, and you're just letting your teammates die. Well, okay, here we go. Example. We don't know where people are, right? So we go back to the hook. Now, I'll go after Fungmin because I'm, you know, trying not to be an asshole. But let's say they started moving before I got there instead of, you know, waiting till I was up on their ass. Who am I gonna be able to find? Fungmin. Who, you know, assuming they left earlier, right? Like, obviously she stayed there with a candelabra, so we saw her. But if she, like, unhooked Leon and they started moving, who am I gonna find first? The person who's just healthy and ran away? Or the person who's injured and is bleeding all over the place, making noises going, ugh, ugh, ugh. Like, because you can't see, even if they unhook in front of your face, like, look down this hallway. Right? Like, I can't see the end of the hallway, so they could unhook it. You know, where is it even? I can't even find that hook. And if I was, like, right here, I wouldn't see them. But you are going to hear the injured person and see their blood. So it's, you know, you don't have a lot of information to work with. And so the game encourages you to, like, keep hunting down the people you've already injured and not go for the healthy people that, you know, maybe it'd be smarter to go for. Like, if we could find Trevor, sure, that'd be great. I mean, granted, you know, Leon and Fungmin are, well, who knows what they're doing. But, sure, if we could find Trevor, that would be great. But it's going to be so much easier to find the other two, because I'm just walking down the halls looking for people. And most likely, I'm only going to find someone when I hear them being like, ugh, you know, from like the side, or if I see their blood on the ground. Speaking of finding them, I do this, might get some scent orbs. Yeah, you. Hi, Trevor. I've been looking for you. You didn't go save your friend. Come on, let me pick you up. So yeah, that's just sort of my 2 cents that this version of Lights Out is better because they had more strategy, but with no perks, tunneling's bad. With no information for the killer, tunneling's even worse because they're gonna find the injured people and just keep chasing them, because who else are they gonna go for? And yeah, that's about it. You've seen this mode, you see you saw what it looks like from Candelabra. You see what it looks like chasing as a wolf. You heard my problems with it. Hi. Now, why are none of you putting your thing on the... Put it on the gen so I can show me... I mean, I just wanted to show what happens if you break it. It's, you know, pretty obvious. You do an attack and the candelabra breaks. But come on. I wanted to show the people. For your crimes of not letting me show the people, you die. I mean, you do that anyways, but... unless you think I'm being too mean. This is not the first time I've tried to record the killer match. I tried to get, like, a decent match. I think every match I've played for a bit now, like 4 matches in a row, I mean, including this one, but someone's given up on Hook. Or in this case, I guess they didn't give up, just no one went to rescue him. So maybe that's what happened in some of the other ones. But yeah, it's... This mode also definitely brings out the cowards in people. I've definitely had Survivor matches where people just, like, you know, they're crouch walking along the edge of the map. They don't want to be found. But, you know, yeah, like, stealth is your advantage in this, but there's a difference between being stealthy and, like, not unhooking your teammates.
Escape is impossible.
Escape is pretty much impossible. Not totally, but, yeah, it's kind of killer-based. Killer-sided. Here, maybe this will be a good example of... Oh. Well... Never mind. It's like, oh, here's an example. I'll, like, walk over there and, like, would be like, I don't see anyone, but I can hear someone. And then they all just ran down the hall at me because they didn't know where I was coming from, so... Sure. Hello. Hi. I mean, I can... Like, I think they're kind of all dead at this point. Hi. I don't even know how many hooks I have. I've been so busy talking about things I was trying to talk about that I haven't really been paying attention, and, you know, I don't have an icon for it, so... I think you're dead, though. I think Fung Min is dead. Trevor, I think I've only hooked once. I don't suppose I can still see your blood, can I? No. So we'll look for scent orbs. Delicious scent orbs. Delicious scent orbs. We'll kick a gen, then look for delicious scent orbs. I know why you can't, just because there are a limited number of them, but I wish you could break the ones on the ground. It's so much easier. Oh, for some reason, I thought I heard someone working on it. It must have just been a spark that it thought was a gen spark. I'm like, wait, I just kicked that and someone's on it already? Delicious scent orb. All right, I actually want you to... Oh, no. Oh, I missed. You please drop a pallet? I need to break it for my quest. I have to break a pallet while in chase. Nope, this pallet doesn't exist. You better go back to this one. Look, it's right... Fine, I'll get it another time. I think maybe I'll find Trevor before he finds Hatch. But... Come on, I purposely missed you twice, and you still can't get to a pallet to drop it. Like you're trying to stop me from getting my tome. Oh. I was gonna say, there are a couple bugs with this, too. Sometimes the survivors don't yell, at least from the killer perspective. I've never had it happen as survivor, but as killer, sometimes you hook them and they just don't make a noise. Also, what's pretty funny is one time, when I was playing as Simon, Simon Belmont, I was hooked and got unhooked, and it just didn't undo the hook animation. So I was just kind of floating around the map as I was running, as if I was hooked. Until I touched something, then it went back to normal. So yeah, no bugs at all. If there were bugs, I'd eat them as a bat. Num num num. Can you please just find the hatch and end my pain? I wish I had echolocation. There we go. Thank you. And that's lights out. You know, by the time I post this, it's gonna be over. You know, I said the whole point is lights out. Yeah, ends in 2 days. So at the time of recording this, so you know, I hope you enjoyed this, and if you wanted to play it, I hope you already did so. Or have a time machine. I mean, to be fair, Dracula's castle's pretty crazy and can, like, teleport, so it might have time travel in it. Delicious sand orbs, delicious sand orbs. Look, kick a Jan, then look for delicious sand orbs.